Logged in to BattleCast Primetime. After 7 years, your wait is finally over. Red Alert 3 returns and is now available. From Hollyoaks to Hollywood, see what starlet Gemma Atkinson has been up to recently and what's got this host tongue-tied. He may be the World Cyber Games champion, but does UK native Sean Clark have what it takes to defeat the Russians? And why are they chanting the Russian anthem in Trafalgar Square? BattleCast Primetime starts now. To BattleCast Primetime, sitting next to my longtime co-commander Raj Joshi, I'm David Silverman.
It's such an honor to be here today at this amazing event here in the heart of London, Trafalgar Square. This is crazy. Tremendous turnout, great fan support. I'm so excited I even told my parents to check it out over the web, because that's right, we are live over the internet across the entire world right now, so let's do it right. Hi, Mom and Dad, and hello, London! We have such an amazing show in store for all of you guys. Gemma Atkinson is here in the house. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I know tonight's a big night, but Gemma Atkinson is here?
Gemma's here, man.
Oh my gosh, you think she'll sign my Gemma calendar? I got it right in the dressing room.
Raj, didn't you have some kind of history with her, some sort of cease and desist for all the emails you sent her?
That happens all the time. She was just joking, right?
I hope you two are done bickering. And yes, Raj, I was being serious. But that's not important right now. Don't you see what's going on around you? The Soviets have invaded. As we speak, the Red Menace is moving into our precious country. We need to enlist the help of all the commanders out there to put an end to the Red tyranny.
Raj, it's all right, buddy. Don't be down. Get a grip on yourself.
Whatever.
There's a lot of action happening tonight. You heard Gemma. We need to take back the square.
Hey, wait, I got an idea. If I go out there right in the heart of the Battle Dome and make sure that we kick those Soviets' butts, I mean, Gemma's sure to fall in love with us, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, camera 4, you and me, we're out.
All right, well, while Roz is trying to save the world, it seems only appropriate that we talk about the music in Red Alert 3, because after all, every true action hero needs a killer theme song. Beginning with the original HELLMARCH in 1996, music has been a key component to the Red Alert universe. This time around, the team at EA Los Angeles have pulled out all the stops and have enlisted the help of 4 different composers, including the very first original composer, Frank Lepacki. Back in August of this year, EALA ventured to the world-famous Skywalker Ranch, and BattleCast Primetime was there to give you the inside scoop.
The first HELLMARCH came together very naturally for me. I wrote it in a day. I heard marching in my head and I said, that would make a cool beat to a song. So then I picked up the guitar and that is the first riff I played.
We're here at Skywalker Ranch, located in the heart of San Rafael in Marin County, a place that has housed some of the greatest minds of all time and the birthplace to such things as theatrical scores, orchestral recordings, and today, the recording of the Red Alert 3 soundtrack.
Hi, I'm Nick Laviers and I'm the audio director on Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. I come up with the vision for the sound for the game. In the case of Red Alert 3, we decided we were going to go for 4 composers because we had such a wide range of musical styles that we wanted to record for the game.
My name's Tim Nguyen. I'm a composer on Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. The music in Red Alert 3 is a lot of fun. We were able to develop it in such a way that it's not so serious, it's more tongue-in-cheek.
I'm Frank Klepacki, and I've scored a handful of songs for Red Alert 3, including HELLMARCH 3 and Grinder 2. With HELLMARCH being a staple song in the series and the main theme, I had always kind of envisioned coming back to it to make it orchestral. The words to HELLMARCH, the endless question that I get bombarded with by many fans globally. For the record, it is a German phrase. It's Die Waffen legt an, which roughly translates to ready weapons, if I'm correct.
To actually have the opportunity to work on this project is a dream come true for me. It's really, really cool.
You can have a movie quality soundtrack now in a game. You know, there's no difference in the media whatsoever anymore.
The orchestra up at Skywalker Ranch has been fantastic. The choir has been fantastic.
Really awesome to finally see some Command & Conquer music I've done get that fulfillment.
Here to give us more insight onto the score of Red Alert 3 is one of the primary composers and UK native, James Hannigan. Now, James, you're here to face the crowds, but more importantly, are you ready to face the firing squad?
Sure am.
So, James, let's start out, with a kind of a softball in our rapid barrage of questions known as the firing squad.
Okay.
How did you come involved in composing for a video game?
Originally, well, I've been working in games for about 15 years. Got quite a long relationship with EA, and I worked there in-house in the mid-90s, and it went from there.
Now, you've composed a lot of different scores for your time. You've composed the game score for Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and you've also composed the score for one of my personal favorite games, Wing Commander Privateer 2. How would you say the score differs from, say, a Harry Potter game than a Red Alert 3 game?
Well, I mean, stylistically, they couldn't be more different, I mean, this is very kind of tongue-in-cheek. It doesn't take itself particularly seriously. It's very action-oriented, kind of high-tech game. Harry Potter's very, very fantasy-based, magical score. The gameplay is very different as well. I mean, this is just a kind of over-the-top, full-on action game. So yeah, they're very, very different. Very, very different.
Now, you've composed primarily pretty much the entire Empire the Rising Sun campaign music, right?
Yeah.
Now, what sort of inspirations did you draw from to come up with them?
Well, for the Empire, I mean, it's very, very kind of high-tech, technology-led. I think that's probably the thing that differentiates it most. Didn't really go for that sort of traditional Japanese sound. It's very, very sort of, it's kind of ultra-modern, more sort of manga-ish approach to the music.
Now, what would you say, kind of walk us through the process for composing for a video game?
Well, I mean, it's very unlike working on TV or film. I mean, you're not working directly to picture, you're working with situations. So, you're looking at game footage and everything's unpredictable. You can't really plan in advance when you're going to hear music. So it's very interactive. You have to sort of write the kind of music that can chop and change very quickly. You might be sneaking around or looking at a landscape and you need some kind of atmospheric music where you're thinking what to do, and then all of a sudden action kicks off. You need music to transition very quickly. It's a completely different medium, requires a different approach from everything else.
Now, James, as we look over to the hundreds of people here in the Battle Dome, I know there are some aspiring composers out there, and do you have any advice for them for how to get into the video game industry and compose for games?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you have to, I mean, A, be able to write music, but I think also be able to have an understanding of the medium and why it's different. Don't just look at it as being an interactive film. It's not, there is a relationship to film, but it's also unique. The way music functions in games, the way you have to organize the material, the way you think about the whole experience, what you're trying to say with the music. So I think that there's a kind of philosophical side to it as well. You have to really understand games, be interested in games to write music for them.
All right, well, James Hannigan, you have survived the firing squad.
Thank you very much.
I'm getting some urgent reports from Raj, who's in the heart of the Battle Dome. Raj, what's going on down there?
Well, to quote Premier Cherenko, a.k.a. Tim Curry in Red Alert 3, our situation is shockingly grim. All right, don't be distracted by the terrible Russian accent, even that was a Russian accent, but the Soviets have a distinct and clear lead over the Allies down here in the Battle Dome. Regardless of how much valiant effort we've been putting towards it, taking back the square is proving tougher than we had originally expected. But right now, let's put a face to the battles, as I'm here with Techno-Luigi. Techno-Luigi, you've been working hard for us down here. How many battles have you fought tonight?
4 tonight.
4 battles tonight. Wow, that's pretty good. Of those 4 battles, how many have been wins for the Allies?
Just one.
Just one. So Soviets are kind of a tough opponent, yes?
Very tough.
All right. Well, it looks like our work is cut out for us down here. So you got to get back to work, and we're going to go back to you, David.
Our crack team of analysts here at the Battle Dome HQ have created the Column of Conflict, which will show us just how well we're doing throughout the night. And by the look of things, it kind of is shockingly grim right now.
Well, don't worry about us, Dave. We're working hard for you. And remember, Joshi on top.
The Battle Dome update, brought to you by Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. The battle begins now. Welcome back, comrade.
Still to come, what stars shine bright on the Red Alert 3 carpet? Plus, does Apollo have what it takes to defeat the Russian? All this and more when BattleCast Primetime continues on Command & Conquer TV.
The following message is about Red Alert 3. Red Alert 3 is a real-time strategy game by Electronic Arts. Facts don't lie unless they are false. But this is a fact. Red Alert 3 will change your life profoundly. Everything else you're about to hear is false.
Good evening. I'm David Hasselhoff. You might remember me for such historical events as singing on the Berlin Wall, the most popular television series of all times, and of course, The Talking Car. You know, sometimes late at night, when I'm awake on my yacht, surrounded by beautiful women, I wonder what it's like to actually play video games. That's why I'm here to talk about EA's latest addition to the Command & Conquer series, Red Alert 3. Based on a true story, Red Alert 3 tells the tale of Russian aggressors traveling back in time to erase Einstein prior to World War II. Now, if I was going to play video games, I'd sure as hell consider this one.
In a world where Soviet aggression has utilized the power of Kodiak bears and time travel, only one person has the power to play God and play online. You. Command the proud defenses of the Allied forces in the West. Conquer imperialism with the Empire of the Rising Sun. Annihilate all dissenters beneath the might of the Soviet regime. Build armies. Build bases. Build body counts. Strategy isn't the name of the game. Red Alert 3 is. Starring Jenny McCarthy, J.K. Simmons, George Takei, Kelly Hugh, Gina Carano, Tim Curry, and a surprise cast of stars that will terrify and astound. The world is waiting. Make your move.
That's good RTS.
Welcome back to BattleCast Primetime. I'm David Silverman. And let's check back in with Raj Joshi, who's live in the Battle Dome. Raj, how are things going?
David, we can't find him. I'm working on it. Just stay cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting word that we have some rather pressing news. We go now to multiplayer designer Greg Black. Greg, what's going on? Has anyone seen Raj?
Dave, that's just it. We've got a bit of a situation developing here, all right? The Russians have just released a video, and I think you're going to want to see it.
David.
David, I don't even know where I am, man. I was just hanging out backstage, and these guys came and grabbed me and took me to this place. I don't know what's going on, but it's freezing up here. David!
Read script.
You want me to read this?
Read into camera.
Okay. Dear capitalist dogs, all hope for you is lost. Your mightiest commander of Allied forces is now belong to us. Soon streets of London will run red with the flags of our motherland and the blood of... Who wrote this?
Keep reading.
You will bow before the will of High Soviet Premier, all because we have kidnapped greatest Allied strategic mind. Surrender now or you will never again see your Greg Black. Wait, Greg Black? I'm not Greg Black. I'm Raj Joshi.
You are what?
I'm Raj Joshi.
No, you are a liar.
No, David. No, I'm not David. Tell them, David.
Let me get this straight, Greg. The Russians wanted to kidnap you, the multiplayer designer, lead on the units and structures, the guy who could really help them secure the win tonight, but instead they accidentally kidnapped Raj, whose ability on the battlefield are, well, let's just say, Chase, can you just roll the video of when I played Raj a couple months ago?
Joshi on top! You may notice I don't even use this hand. That's how good I am. You better have more than that, buddy. Don't you fret, baby kicks. Kids don't play like this at home. Sell it. You. Oh! I hit the freaking sell button on the wrong thing. Oh, God.
Greg, are you sure this isn't just some weird attempt by Raj to try to write himself a bigger part in the script tonight?
You know, it's funny you say that, because that was my first thought, but let's be honest here, Dave. Joshi is just not that clever. I think the Russians have really taken him. And here's the good news. If the Russians take some of Joshi's MCV selling strategies to heart, this could actually help us and help Apollo take back the square. Anyways, I'm going to get back to look for Raj. Good luck up there.
All right, well, thanks, Greg. Good luck to you. And while our crew is hard at work locating Raj, we've got one of the most compelling aspects of Red Alert 3 to discuss, the talent. There were 3 separate shoots that spanned 3 months for the Red Alert 3 cinematics, and BattleCast Primetime was there for all of them. Let's take a look. Welcome back to BattleCast Primetime and our exclusive look behind the scenes at Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. And I'm joined by the very lovely Tanya, Jenny McCarthy. Jenny, welcome to BattleCast Primetime.
Thank you so much. I wasn't sure what to expect when I came in today to work on a video game. What I'm realizing is this isn't just a video game. This is absolutely an interactive movie. This is where, you know, people at home get to move the story forward.
This is a big studio production. There's like 150 people in the crew. This is big.
It was a great surprise. It was a set that was run as keenly and as professionally as any film set. A director who was interested in acting and not just interested in the special effects side of it. And I also had a lot of fun.
We're going to have to take you into the theater.
We'll need to go to the theater.
So you can talk loud.
I can talk loud.
Fantastic.
I'm George Takei, and I play Emperor Yoshiro, a powerful leader.
You are stupid, and because of this, you will lose.
Working with George Takei was awesome. Growing up, I was a Trekkie fan, so being able to work with Sulu is awesome, and he's a great guy.
There are echoes of Heroes here, and some echoes of Star Trek here as well. Time travel, you know. We got a script and read it, and it seemed like fun.
My name is Andrew Divoff, and I'm playing Boris Krukov. The General is a mean-tempered, evil, cruel dude who's going to make your gaming life hell. I think this is going to be one of the classics. You know, I'm just happy to be a part of it.
My name is Gina Carano, and I play Natasha. Being a part of Red Alert 3 has just been awesome. I'm super excited to see the end result.
So now I have to ask, you're an expert at fighting. So in a cage match between me and Raj Joshi, who do you think would win?
Oh, didn't you tell me earlier I had to go with you?
I never said that. I never said that.
I'm Randy Couture, and I play Commander Warren Fuller. Using fighters
like myself and Gina Carano in the game, aside from the physicality that we possess, obviously brings a certain authenticity. People know we do fight.
Still undefeated, the face of women's MMA, Gina Conviction Carano.
I've seen better fights by kindergartners. Of course, they were hopped up on experimental warfare drugs we created, but that's not important. What is important is to be badass. I am.
Now, did you ever pull from any of the other characters you've done, you know, maybe like from your characters in Spider-Man? Do you feel a little J. Jonah Jameson in ACKERMAN?
You know, it's hard not to feel a little JJJ whenever I am being, you know, loud. The ACKERMAN platform would basically be, you know, screw them all.
My name is Gemma Atkinson. My character is called Eva, and she's an allied military briefer, but in actual fact she has a soft spot for the commander, and she has a bit of a problem with Tanya, played by Jenny McCarthy. I think there's a bit of rivalry going on because they both kind of want the commander's attention.
I think Tanya might be a little bit jealous.
My character Eva has more to offer to the commander personally.
I'm Kelly Hu. I am playing Suki Toyama. It's very fun and cute and sadistic. If you could put all those words together.
Hi, I'm Autumn Research. My character is Lisette. She's a commander for the Allies, and she's kind of sassy. You know, she has her own little thing going on. She doesn't look tough, but she can kick some ass. Battle Bear.
My name is Tim Curry. I'm playing Premier Cherdenko. Hi, Georgie. He's very devious and maneuvering, and he is going to be your main opponent.
After we conquer the world, we go to White House. I keep a summer cottage. That was so stupid answer. That was really stupid.
Peter Stormare is out of his mind.
Oh, stop, I want a pizza.
You could commit him tomorrow.
Lana, welcome to BattleCast Primetime.
Hello, thank you. You're the full nerd host of this?
So is it cool to be kind of working on a sci-fi video game where you actually get to be a star?
I pretty much feel like I was born to do this. My parents both have accents. When it's a softer person, I kind of talk like my mother, and when it's a rougher, stronger, harder person, I talk like my father.
And this Red Alert 3 has a really humane side to it. So it's not just war.
I am definitely a gamer.
I'm a huge rock band fanatic. Huge. We totally have a band. It's called Ninja School. It's awesome.
I'm sure they're going to be asking me where the secret weapons are and the shortcuts.
I'm gonna actually enjoy watching my boyfriend play this game. I'll be giving him orders from the screen and in real life.
Such a nerd.
I mean, I can't even program a TiVo. So, you know, you won't catch me playing it.
The great thing about our industry is how it's expanding in so many different ways. And the fact that video games are turning into interactive movies, I think just broadens our scope as actors and actresses to being able to be more involved with our audience.
Third time's the charm. One.
Listen up.
Third time's the charm.
Two.
Remix.
Third time's the charm.
Nice play.
Third time's the charm.
Three.
Do you think you can handle it?
All your base arm. All your base arm. All your base arm. All your base arm belong to us.
God.
Battle Bears.
God.
Chew on that.
God.
Armored dolphins.
God. Wow.
You like the beautiful girls?
Perverts.
You like the beautiful girls?
I bet you do.
Me too.
It could be a very useful weapon. Really?
They are finest things in life.
Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now.
Sounds kind of kinky. Sounds kind of
Yeah, I like it like that. I bet you do.
Cowboy style.
Command and conquer.
Red Alert 3.
Command and conquer.
Red Alert 3.
Command and conquer.
Red Alert 3.
Command and conquer.
Red Alert.
The only thing I can say about that is, oh, snap.
Here to give you her experience firsthand is the very lovely and talented UK superstar Gemma Atkinson. Give her a hand, everybody.
Hi guys, hi everyone.
Welcome to BattleCast Primetime. Gemma, are you ready to face a rapid barrage of questions known only as the Firing Squad?
I sure am, yes.
Red Alert 3 is finally out. It'll be in stores at midnight tonight in the UK. What's it like to know that you're going to be in a video game?
It's fantastic. It's unbelievable. As everyone's just seen, that little taster was pretty amazing. So you've got a lot more coming if you purchase the game. Fantastic experience. I can't wait to play it myself.
Now, you know, you've done a lot of various things in your career. You've done acting, you've done modeling. Raj has your calendar. Did you ever think to yourself, you know, hey, one day I'm going to do video games?
I didn't know. I'm glad you asked, though, because I've had a wicked time, and I'd love to do more because it was amazing.
So you'll be happy to know that we did a recent poll, and you know, Gemma just flies off the charts in terms of popularity. And probably I shouldn't say this, especially since we're live over the internet, but the Gemma votes are about twice what everybody else is. So congratulations to you.
Wonder why that is.
And everyone wants to know, is there more Gemma to be had in Red Alert in the future?
Definitely, if Red Alert want me, I'd love to come back. Honestly, guys, it was such a laugh, and all the characters you just seen on there were all fantastic. Everyone looked after me, and I hope you all enjoy the game.
So in the game, you play Lieutenant Eva McKenna. Now, is there any elements of Gemma Atkinson in there? See any similarities?
We're both quite bossy, quite smart in our uniforms. I'm a bit more scatty than Eva. Eva's very organised. I'm not that organised.
In the game, also, your character kind of has some conflict with Tanya, played by Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah.
Now, people know, so I have to ask, in a real fight between you and Jenny McCarthy, who do you think would win?
I'm from Manchester, so I would definitely win in a fight with Jenny McCarthy.
What do you guys think? Think Gemma could take Jenny McCarthy?
Yes, yes. In a mud fight, maybe.
All right, well, you know what, Gemma? I really appreciate you coming on to the show, spending some time with us. But before we let you go, I have a big favor to ask.
Okay.
As you know, Raj was kidnapped. If you wouldn't mind pulling some strings over at, you know, Allied headquarters, checking in with them, trying to use their intel to figure out what happened to Raj, we'd really appreciate it.
I will do. I'll report back as soon as.
Thank you so much. Gemma Atkinson,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
While Gemma is getting intel on Raj, let's return back to the scene of the crime, the Battle Dome. Greg, what's going on down there?
Are you guys ready to beat the Russians? Yeah! Well, Dave, according to the column of conflict, it looks like we're doing a little bit better now, but we still need to get as many commanders as possible down to the Battle Dome to kick some commie asses.
Thanks a lot, Greg, and it seems as though Gemma was able to get some information about Raj.
David, it seems that your co-host was accidentally kidnapped by the Soviet forces. The details are a bit fuzzy, but it appears he's being held prisoner in a bunker off the coast of Brighton Beach. While I hate to admit it, it looks like we're going to need to enlist the help of Tanya to get him out. Of course, if Raj isn't here, it means there's more time for us to spend together. It's just a thought.
Well, as tempting as that sounds, and believe me, it sounds tempting, I'm nothing without my co-commander. It's a little lonely up here on the set, so we gotta get Raj out of there. Make the call.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Do it.
Right, sir. We're sending Tanya in now. Switching to our live satellite feed.
Tanya here, ready to go. Let's do this.
What's happening? What's that gunfire? Oh my gosh! Where's the party? Oh, no, no, not my beautiful face. My beautiful face. Hey, is that Tanya? Tanya, come and save me. Oh my God. Go back to the out. Oh. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm free! I'm free! Oh hey Tanya, thanks! Go for it, Yoshi!
The Raj Rescue, brought to you by the HP Blackbird 2. When you need to bail out your co-commander, do it with a Blackbird.
This is an historic day marking the swearing in of America's first female president.
You're going to be the most powerful person in the world.
Our embassy in Sangala just got word of an imminent coup.
The order came down from the president. We're rolling up all U.S. nationals.
You are now soldiers in the People's Freedom Army.
This fall, history will be made.
Our involvement could avert a genocide.
A new enemy will rise.
We're taking back our country.
And the only hope to stop him disappeared.
I think they're headed for the school.
Until now.
Jack, don't let them take my kids.
Go with them now.
Where are the children?
In the trees now, move!
My fellow citizens, we all share the responsibility. Our future depends on it.
Open the gate!
Kiefer Sutherland returns in 24.
You know, when I'm out yachting in international waters, there's no bigger threat to the safety of my crew than dolphins. For years, this scourge of the sea has befuddled fishermen and pirate alike with their unpredictable swimming and menacing pointed blowholes. Red Alert 3 is the first video game I can remember where dolphins are realistically portrayed as the killing machines they truly are. Not to be outdone by their waterbound counterparts, bears also play an equally pivotal part in Red Alert 3 gameplay. You know, since the dawn of time, men and bears have cooperated for the mutual benefit of their societies. In Red Alert 3, bears, once again, have taken arms against Allied forces to spread socialism throughout the globe. Silly bears, you don't get to own a yacht when your government abolishes private property. Facts don't lie, and neither do international superstars with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Take it from me, and take it from all those angry dolphins that you might find waiting for you in your bathtub. Buy Red Alert 3 today. You won't be sorry.
Buy Red Alert 3 today. Visit ConquerThisLife.com or call our operator standing by for your last best chance at being smarter, more handsome, stronger, better smelling, and almost half as popular as Hollywood superstar David Hasselhoff. Red Alert 3 may cause dizziness if digested and has been shown to cause a decrease in pregnancies during excess usage. Call 1-866-RAL.
Welcome back to BattleCast Primetime. I'm David Silverman alongside my newly rescued co-host, Raj Joshi.
Yeah, all right!
The U.S. presidential election is only 5 days away, and on October 15th, the world was stunned when a new third candidate entered the fray.
That's right, championing a rather uniquely American platform of screw 'em all. Howard T. Ackerman is quickly garnering some major support from like-minded Americans who appreciate his grassroots, no-nonsense style.
Ackerman is predominantly launching an online-only campaign, targeting sites like YouTube and taking them by storm with his rather serious yet comical presidential campaign ads.
That's right, David, and BattleCast Primetime was fortunate enough to receive one of these videos, and we are pleased to bring you this never-before-seen Ackerman ad right here today.
I'm President Ackerman, and I endorse this message. My fellow Americans, my opponents have been attacking my character by bringing up people I associated with in the past, dragging skeletons out of the closet, if you will. Those weren't skeletons. They were all lovely, red-blooded American women. I gave them all a great time and won't deny any of it. How's that for honesty, America? Vote for me if you want to live.
You thought that was good, Raj, though. Last week, Ackerman received a very impressive endorsement from a very unlikely source. It appears that the YouTube viral sensation Obama Girl has decided to hang up her Obama shirt and back act. Take a look at this ALO goodness.
You want hope? Keep dreaming. You want change? Put out your cup. You want freedom? Vote for me. Actions speak louder than words. That's all I have to say.
Hey, you. It's me. I was just watching you. I'm so glad I found you. Anyway, just call me back. You're a man of principle. You make me feel invincible. Oh, you look so powerful, and I want you. So now my allegiance lies with a man Comey's despise. Short, white, and balding, you're so fly. Let's screw 'em all. I'm back to express my hate. I'm back, baby, you can deliver that fate. That's why I'm back at my body undulate. I respect your belief, the commander-in-chief. I'm back inside. Let's not defend, let's invade. You're a rocket propelled grenade. Up in your Oval Office, more than secrets will trade. Back to weekend debrief. Let's screw 'em all. I'm backing at. You'll thwart the Soviet threat. Just thinking about it makes me sweat. Empire of the rising sun will cry and run. You will arm us to the teeth. Small children, dolphins, and the weak. In the White House, you're a freak. Let's screw 'em all. I'm back in to express my hate. I'm back, maybe you can deliver that fate. That's why I'm back at my body undulate. I respect your belief, the commander-in-chief. I'm back inside. Let's not defend, let's invade. You're a rocket propelled grenade. Up in your Oval Office, more than secrets will trade. Back to weekend debrief. Let's screw 'em all. I'm back inside.
A to the C to the K-E-I, won't you be my man?
I'm back in.
A to the C to the K-E-I, won't you be my man?
Raj.
A to the C to the what?
Raj.
Oh. Yes, hello, and we are back. All right. Red Alert 3 might not be officially released here in the UK until midnight tonight, but that didn't stop our development team from battling it out for your amusement. That's right, it's once again time for the BattleCast 5.
Greg Black as the Allies faces down Gavin Jenkins as the Empire on Battle-Based Beta. Jenkins takes the lead early, garrisoning troops all over the map. But if that's supposed to intimidate Greg Black, it's definitely not working. Black pushes wave after wave of vehicular destruction into Jenkins' base, but he's still overwhelmed by a flank of tank busters. Somebody call a doctor! Jenkins lives to fight another day and immediately goes on the offensive. Tank busters pressure Black's forward base, supported by a devastating barrage of balloon bombs. And he even manages to keep one lone tsunami tank alive in Black's base. Looks like Black's economy is in a state of shock. Welcome to our world, buddy. But don't count Greg Black out just yet. His surprise attack force of Javelin sets up shop near Jenkins' MCV, but it's no match for the crushing power of a Dojo Corps? Really? Black sells off half his base to fund a comeback, but has to resort to a desperate MCV rush. A few minutes and a lot of bullets later, Jenkins finally scuttles Black's rogue MCV, and it's a win for the Rising Sun. Greg, what happened here?
4.
Maiko's allies take on Jeremy Fiesel and the Soviets in this quick snowplow beatdown. The Maverick commies strike first, rushing the map with terror drones and amassing a small sickle army. But Fiesel should really be guarding his base. Mike's allies set up shop on the ridge above and use the nearby garrison to their advantage, destroying waves of sickles. But all that is just a distraction, and Fiesel misses the bigger picture, an engineer rush. Fiesel's MCV, gone! His ore mines, gone! Which leaves just a few flimsy buildings for Mike's Guardian tanks to mop up before it's GG for Jeremy Fiesel.
3. It's Jeremy Fiesel back for more, facing down Gavin Simon in this Soviet mirror match on Infinity Isle. At first glance, the match is perfectly even. Fiesel's sickles take down an oil derrick, and Simon says right back at ya. Both sides amass small armies and clash in the center of the map. What's this? Is that Simon's MCV on the prowl? Fiesel, keeping his eyes on the prize, infects that MCV with a terror drone, making this match an uphill battle for Mr. Simon. But the Reds don't give in easily, and neither does Gavin Simon, as he marches in his remaining forces straight into Fiesel's base. He's even bringing the MCV along for good measure. A few well-placed javelins blow Fiesel's super reactor to high heaven, taking Simon's infected Conyard all along with it. Fiesel decides to set up shop closer to Simon's base as we go to the final push. A well-placed Desolator melts all the opposition, and soon Fiesel is walking straight into the enemy base. Simon spent all his cash on a second MCV, so his defenses are light, and Fiesel walks away with the W.
2. It's rematch time for Maiko and the Maverick, Jeremy Fiesel. This time facing off on Fire Island. Fiesel expands out quickly and floods Mike's base with sickles. Luckily, there are no surprises hiding in the hills this time. Fiesel's sickle rush works like a charm, and soon he's goading Mike's MCV to come out and play. Come out and play! Numbers don't lie, and the numbers just don't look good for Maiko. 5 sickles and a few hammer tanks carefully micro around the MCV until it's just another pile of rubble. A little havoc in Mike's base seals the deal, and Fiesel gets his revenge as Mike scuttles the last of his structures.
1. It's a battle of the Titans, as Command School's Greg Kasavin and last year's Dev Champ Gavin Simon duke it out Soviet style on Fire Island. Both players tech up quickly to seize the advantage, but it's Kasavin who draws first blood at Simon's expansion node, and then second blood at the heart of his base. Another round of teching gives both commanders battle labs and tier 3 units, and Kasavin again gets the early advantage as he marches in a mixed strike force straight into Simon's base. Knock knock, who's there? Me, boom! That expansion node gets another pounding by Natasha's airstrike, but a well-placed Tesla coil keeps the devastating attack squad out of Simon's base this time. Go back to your home! Now it's Simon's turn on the offensive, unleashing the fury of an offshore dreadnought to level Kasavin's war factory, and then his super reactor goes boom! Twin blades keep Kasavin busy, but his troubles aren't over yet. 4, count 'em, F-O-U-R, Apocalypse tanks roll in to seal the deal. And Gavin Simon snatches victory from the arms of an almost certain defeat, leaving Greg Kasavin nothing but that lonely walk of shame to an empty classroom.
The 5, brought to you by the HP Blackbird 2 with Voodoo DNA, a machine born from the minds of gamers and created with gamers in mind.
Well, the devs have had their fun, and now it's time for you to get in on the action. I'm sure there are some burning Red Alert 3 questions that you are just dying to ask. Here with the answers is multiplayer lead designer and BattleCast commentator, Greg Black, for a very special live version of Ask a Developer. Greg, welcome.
Thank you, glad to be here.
So, Greg, our first question comes from Matt. Matt, what do you want to know?
What's the future of Command & Conquer?
It's kind of a heavy question,
It's a loaded question to kick it off there, buddy.
Well, you know, for one thing, I think we're going to see more of Command & Conquer, but right now, the sky's the limit. Anything's possible. We'll see what happens.
Wow, very in-depth, Greg.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, next up we're going to have David. And this is the plant, isn't it? Just so you can hear your name one more time?
Yeah.
All right.
Like
David,
you, I write myself.
You got a question?
Hi, Greg. I love Red Alert 3, and I was just wondering, why did you choose Empire of the Rising Sun as the final faction?
Well, actually, the Empire of the Rising Sun worked for us on a number of levels. For one thing, you know, Japan historically is a big naval power, and we really wanted to go with the naval gameplay. We needed somebody that sort of tied into the whole World War II alternate history thing, and there were some gameplay things with transforming units and a lot of versatility and changing up the build system that we thought would work really well with sort of Japanese pop culture and anime and Transformers. So it really, you know, it was kind of worked on so many levels we couldn't do anything else.
All right. Well, that was certainly a better answer. Good job, Greg. You're warming up.
You know, it's cold in here, man. I'm from Southern California, and it's freezing.
Hi, Greg. I was just wondering what it was like to have a third class and having to balance it, as opposed to just keeping the Soviets and Allies throughout.
Oh, well, you know, Three Factions has kind of become RTS standard in a lot of ways. We wanted to do something new. We wanted to add a new faction, you know, just creatively to sort of express some new ideas, because we knew if we changed the Soviets and the Allies too much, you know, people might get upset about it. So we wanted some new space to work in, basically.
All right. Well, Greg, you're almost out of the woods. We have one final question for you. This one comes from Steve.
Hey, Greg. Just wondering, do you have any tips or you know, any strategies or ideas on for helping people in Red Alert 3?
You know what, Greg? Let me actually take that one, because unfortunately Greg Kasavin couldn't be here, but he really wanted to share in the moment, so we're going to dial him up via satellite right now for this very special edition of Command School.
Coming up, it's time to push back the Iron Curtain and take back the home front. I'll show you how to make short work of the Soviet opposition using the Allies' peerless air and navy. And we'll safeguard against future commie aggression with some new defensive strats, so spin up those sentry bombers and unleash the attack dolphins. This is Command School. Hello, you're watching a very special edition of Command School live from Trafalgar Square for the London Gaming Expo. I'm Greg Kasavin. Things are looking grim in our fight against the Soviets, so I've personally stepped in to take command of the combined Allied forces. Here's some key anti-Soviet strategies to help any Allied player turn the tide of war. To do this, I'll personally take charge of a skirmish on our northern front, where we have intelligence of an offensive Soviet base. First things first, we need to see what we're up against. Good thing the Allies have the Tier 1 surveillance sweep support power. Since I start with one security point, I can buy this power immediately. Now I can use it to get a great sense of the Soviet commander's offensive and defensive capabilities. Predictably, those Reds are already pumping mechanized monstrosities out of their war factory. I see they have a second build queue going with a crusher crane, but they've built the structure on sea, so their tanks won't be able to repair. Another mistake. They teched up to Tier 2 with the super reactor, but placed it right in the middle of their base. It's an error we'll make them regret. Back at my base, I'll set up walls around my ore refineries to keep those damn terror drones out, and then work on countering the Soviet ground game. Allies have their own advantage here: early air superiority. Remember, all Allied production structures can repair, so I'll build my airfield near my refinery to further protect against terror drones and protect my ore collectors as well. My airfield will be able to produce bombers for precision strikes on sensitive targets. A quick tech up to Tier 2 at my MCV, and we've got ourselves some cryocopters. Now the real fun begins. We'll cripple them early by sending our Vindicators to eliminate surface-to-air defense, clearing the way for our copters. Now put the freeze on an enemy structure, let's say his Conyard, and even if you lose a few units, you'll still have enough to freeze it down. After that, a single Vindicator can finish the job, and we never even had to build a single tank. I make sure to constantly keep scouting, and what's this? It looks like the Russians are building a vacuum imploder. There's no way we're surviving one of those things in our base, and there's only minutes before it's going to go active. Okay, it's time to finish these godless commies. So I tech up to Tier 3. I've got sentry bombers loaded with infantry and aircraft carriers loaded with bombers. I'll move them in to take care of the Soviet remnants. Make sure you line up your sentry bombing runs along a route that's not full of anti-air. The Sentry's massive bombs make short work of the Soviet tanks, even if they try to flee, while the carriers make sure that crusher crane can't keep the Soviet hope alive. The Sentries drop their human payload and surprise the Soviet camp with death from above. I've dropped Tanya in to take care of the imploder, while my Javelin troopers bring down the Soviet reactor from a safe distance with their laser lock special ability. Now use Tanya to destroy the outlying buildings, and you can chalk this one up as an explosive win for the good guys.
You are victorious.
Now, good luck on your front taking back Trafalgar Square. For Allied Military Command, I'm Greg Kasavin.
Thanks a lot, Greg, for that great update. Enjoy your lunch, and we'll enjoy the cold. During the break, Raj went down to the Battle Dome to see how we're doing, so let's check in with him now. Raj, what's going on down there?
Well, David, it looks like things are finally looking up for us. That's right, the Russians are finally on the run. we're about 50-50.
Now, Raj, have you seen any all-star players on the Allies side emerge?
I am glad that you asked that, David, because I'm here right now. Introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Shadash.
So Shadash, you've been down here playing. How long have you been down here in the Battle Dome fighting the good fight?
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, all right. So how do you think it's going against the Soviets?
We'll win.
We'll win, all right. But you know what? Shadash seems confident, but we are leaving nothing to chance here. That's right, we're bringing in the big guns. World Cyber Games champion Sean Apollo Clark is coming down here to teach the Soviets a lesson. Dave, give him hell.
Still to come, just how will this invasion end? Does the Allied forces have what it takes to take back the square? All this and more when BattleCast Primetime continues on Command & Conquer TV.
Studies indicate that yet another benefit of Red Alert 3 is acute brain enhancement. Watch as I demonstrate with this rare appendage ensnarement device from the Far East. For several millennia, this menacing curio has caused countless amputations and hundreds of thousands of gloves to be thrown away. Watch now as I risk my fingers and my career with a stunning demonstration. Damn. Ah! Need you, buddy. Ah! As you can see, patently impossible to escape the clutches of an appendage ensnarement device. That is, unless you have a copy of Red Alert 3. Wow! A true miracle of modern science. Red Alert 3? For a minute there, I was worried that I'd never be able to pilot my yacht again. We'll be right back with more information about Red Alert 3 right after these words from our sponsor, Red Alert 3.
Do you wish you were smarter? Do you wish you were more strategic with your thinking? Visit ConquerThisLife.com and witness the miracle of Red Alert 3.
Now, I have a confession to make. I wasn't born this way. I was once like you, awkward, shy, ridiculous. But then, I started playing Red Alert 3. And soon, my gawkiness slowly turned away. Nah, look at me. I am an international superstar with a killer yacht! Not everyone can have a state-of-the-art yacht like me. Not everyone can talk to machines, so obviously not everyone has the confidence needed to succeed. With Red Alert 3, you will find that confidence, and your life will never be the same again. Do yourself a favor and try a copy of Red Alert 3. If you're not satisfied, take it from me, David Hasselhoff. There's something wrong with you.
Visit ConquerThisLife.com today or call 1-866-RAL-RT3 and see what happens. You'll probably buy 9 copies, and if you don't, you should at least consider it.
That's good RTS.
Tonight, on the main event, the entire evening has been leading up to this epic match. Will world C&C champion Sean Apollo Clark defend his title and save England from the Russian invasion? Or will he simply cower behind the boot of the Soviet Union? This is the main event. Welcome to the main event. Raj will be observing the match from the Battle Dome, with Greg and I commenting on the match here from the main stage. Greg, you ready to get this party started?
Oh yeah, David, it's time to see if Apollo can once again demonstrate to the world why he's the reigning champ.
All right, well, let's, without further ado, let us welcome in Apollo and get a little knowledge on Apollo as we go through the eyes. Before we get things started, let's get to know a little bit about you. Obviously, you got your big match ahead of you, but where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in Staffordshire, a bit north from London, obviously.
Probably colder than right now.
I doubt it.
That's a good point. And when did you first start playing Command & Conquer?
Oh, when I was like 10, I was playing on the PlayStation back in the day, playing with my older brother. I didn't get into really serious gaming until I was around 14, 15, when my first game was Generals and I really played hardcore. And then it went into C&C 3, and then it carried on, and then I played in the World Cyber Games. You know the story.
Sure. Now, I have to ask, I mean, when you were 10 years old playing Command & Conquer on the PlayStation, did you ever think to yourself, yeah, you know, one day I'm going to compete in the World Cyber Games and win the whole thing?
No, not quite like that. I was only playing for fun, and it started getting serious when I took it more than a hobby. I started beating people, and I started becoming good, and then all of a sudden I was like, hey, hold on a minute, I'm pretty good at this. Huh? And then I took it more seriously, got sponsorships, and it kind of went on from there.
So now, you know, tonight you're playing Red Alert 3, and obviously the game hasn't even been released yet in the UK. It comes out in about, 3 hours or so. And, are you a little nervous about that? Do you have any kind of, obviously you're playing the beta, so you have some, some bearing. It's not like, the Wizard where you're completely left in the dark. But, do you feel like you got some strategies in mind that you're going to use against our Russian opponent here?
I got a few sneaky strategies I'm going to pull out the bag.
You want to divulge any to any of us?
I'm not going to tell them my strategies, man. What's that about?
Fair enough. So are you nervous at all then?
Nervous? Nah, I've been through it all before. I'm feeling pretty...
All right, well, you got a lot of supporters out here, Sean. Is there anything you want to say to them?
Hello!
All right, Sean, well, there you have it. There's a lot riding on this, so I'm going to let you head on back to the Battle Dome and prepare. Thank you so much.
Cheers, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Clark. Well, Greg, while Sean is heading on over to the Battle Dome, let's take a look at the map they're playing on Snowplow in your ever-famous Battleground Reconnaissance.
Snowplow is an icy two-player map with plenty of bottlenecks. Our champions will start out on 2 small islands joined by a single land bridge. 4 man-made bridges provide flanking options, but they can easily be destroyed, leaving just the center attack route. However, this attack route is very easy to defend. The outer edges of this island are shoreline, so look out for amphibious units. There are 2 oil derricks on this map, and you can actually reach your enemy's oil derrick faster than your own. These derricks are highly defensible and valuable, so many players will use them as staging areas for their next attack. And remember, finalists, to win on Snowplow, the most important thing is to stay cool.
Well, David, it wasn't easy, but being the impressive journalist I am, I was able to dig up a few facts about Sean's opponent. Here we go. Milk, eggs, banana... here we go. Eric, as he calls himself, lives in Perm, Russia. Started playing Command & Conquer at the ripe old age of 17. He studied nuclear weapons and alien technology. You can't make this stuff up, David. All right, so he sells computer games for a living, hopefully Command & Conquer, of course. His favorite game is C&C Generals, and that's number 1 for him. Oh, this is pretty interesting. He likes RE3 for its fast tiering and quick expansion. My guess? Look for the early rush. Sean, if you're listening, look around every corner and watch for what pops out.
Any kind of additional information you can give us, Greg?
Well, Snowplow is one of the smallest maps in the game. I really think this is going to be determined by who can scout and counter-scout. It's going to be lots of T1, maybe some infantry rushes. I think this game is going to be over real quick.
So what would you say is sort of the keys to look for here in this match?
Like I said, it's going to be all about who can control the tenor of the battle early on. I mean, the map is just too small to hide.
So basically you're saying this is going to be the answer to the age-old question, do the dogs beat the bears?
Absolutely.
All right, well, Greg, I'm getting word this match is just about ready to begin, but before it does, it's time for us to put our reputations on the line with the AMD pick of the match.
You know what? I have seen Apollo win so many games. He is the reigning World Cyber Games champion, and he's the hometown hero. I got to give it to Apollo.
All right, and switching over to Joshi in the Battle Dome, Raj, who are you going with?
Well, I don't like to agree with Greg, but I gotta say, rooting against a hometown boy would be a big mistake. Gotta go with Sean Apollo Clark, and, you may remember, I happened to be kidnapped like a little while ago by the Russians, so I'm still a bit sore about that. I know, imagine that.
Looks like it's the Trafalgar trifecta, because I'm also gonna go with Sean Apollo Clark. You don't get to be the World Cyber Games champion without beating Russia, so I say he does it again tonight.
The AMD pick of the match, brought to you by AMD. When you need the best, pick the all-new ATI Radeon HD 48070X2, the fastest graphics card alive.
Gentlemen, let the games begin. Tonight's matchup is between the 19-year-old Sean Apollo Clark from Mid-Wales, England, and Eric from Perm, Russia. Both players rate themselves a 10 out of 10 on the rush scale, so it's going to be an interesting matchup on Snowplow, one of the smallest maps in the game. Here we go. Match is broadcasted live. Let's commentate. So, looks like we get the bird's eye view on Sean, so it's kind of the advantage here.
Oh, wow.
As you can see, he's very frantic, so that's a sign of what, Greg?
That's a sign that I'm going to get motion sick watching this game. Actually, it just means his actions per minute are really, really high. He wants to look all over the map, try and find those incoming scouts and counter scout them. You can see he went straight for the barracks because he wants to get those dogs out as fast as possible.
Now, Greg, so as you can see, you know, he's building a barracks first. Why? Why not a power plant?
Well, you know, maybe sometimes you want to make a power plant. Most of the time it makes sense to go barracks again, so you can sort of get the map scouted as quickly as possible. Those seconds always count.
All right, while they're building up right now, just want to ask the crowd out here, what do you think? You think Sean Apollo Clark is going to pull this one out?
Yeah, I think he will do, yeah. Definitely root for the hometown here, Raj. Yeah. Ready for contact. But UK's going to win. Apollo. Yeah, Apollo for the win.
All right, let's give him some energy, guys. Go, Apollo!
All right, well, Greg, it looks like Sean's got a little scouting force. He's going to be heading down towards the southern end of the map. He's still building. He's clicking away like a champion.
Yeah, we're going to see, I'm guessing we're going to see, there's the bear. This is going to come down to the bark battles and whose micro is better and who can get the timing just right.
You know, the thing that impresses me most about watching these professional gamers play is just how frantic they are. I mean, not even me hopped up on like 15 Red Bulls can go like click, 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 click.
Well, you know, that's why you're not the World Cyber Games champion. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys are intense. And look at that. The dog goes down to the bear, and now the bear is that the bear or the dog?
Well, it looks like we got some Soviet action. It looks like Sean may have some little controversy. A lot of bear on dog battles like you predicted, Greg.
Right. And you saw there Apollo needing a little money. It looks like he sold his barracks and got the war factory up. So
and Sean's got a Riptide, so what is he going to do with that?
I'm guessing infantry Riptide combo rush. Like I said, the map's really small. He can get over there really fast.
Actually, it looks like he's using it to kill the bear. I'm sure PETA will love that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is not the most PETA-friendly RTS game we've ever made.
Reconstruction services. Oh, ooh, look, he built an MCV.
What? Well, no, he packed that thing up. He could be doing one of two things with it. He's either going to go try and crush some early vehicles with it, which is actually a pretty effective strategy. But it looks like he's going to go try and do a quick expansion to that ore node over there.
So why pack up the MCV and do that rather than just building another harvester and using the secondary ability that the allies have?
Because that's a lot quicker to do the MCV. Of course, it does take your build queue offline for a while, and that MCV is really vulnerable when it's in its vehicle form.
Looks like we got some early harvester harassment going on. One Riptide against a harvester. Economy is the key to any C&C game, right, Greg?
This is true, and Eric's going to need to do something to defend those harvesters real quick.
Oh, looks like he did.
Wow.
Building defenses always work.
Yeah, hey, those tier 1 defenses, man, they will mess up those tier 1 units for sure.
Raj, sorry, you were saying?
Yes, it was not me, but it was our C&C expert.
Yeah, one thing that Sean's definitely got to worry about is those late game apocalypse tanks and Kuros, because they're very nasty once they get them both working together.
Right, so that's definitely something for us to look forward to as the game progresses.
All right, looks like we got Invasion Force number 2 coming here.
Yeah, those IFVs are going to, right after that oil derrick, try and take that out. Like you said, economy is key here, and he's got to shut off that flow of ore.
Now, Greg, what would you say is the advantage of going after and blowing up the resource structures instead of just sending in an engineer and capturing them for yourself?
Well, again, he sold that barracks, so he's not going to be able to get an engineer out very fast. Engineer's very vulnerable, especially the scout units, and he just needs to take that thing offline as fast as possible.
Looks like he's kind of hovering around the 200 resource node.
Yeah, so this is actually exactly what you want to be doing. I mean, you don't want to be floating cash. You want to keep it as close to zero as possible, but not stall the economy.
Got it.
Oh, and you can see here, it looks like Eric is going to fast tech with the Soviets, probably trying to get some hammer tanks out to deal with all of Apollo's T1.
Oh, and look at Apollo just sold his war factory.
Wow, what is he doing? I've never seen this before.
But he's definitely got the economy boom going because he just took out both harvesters of Eric. That can't be good.
Not bad at all, but of course, it looks like both of those Riptides are infected with terror drones, which means they might not be able to take out that last harvester in time.
Oh, looks like he's kind of built some Guardian tanks. Guardian tanks part of the Allies forces. I use them all the time.
Absolutely, and you know they will take out those Tier 1 vehicles quite easily, but they are awfully vulnerable to anti-armor infantry.
Seeing a lot of activity on the purple side here with Apollo. He's got forces coming in from the water. He's got IFVs. He's got some, you know, they're the Guardian tanks. This looks like it could be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this is what makes a champion right here. He's got three different fronts going on, and he's controlling them all. He's jumping all over the map as fast as possible. I mean, he looks like he's in total control right now.
Yeah, you know, I'm not seeing much from Eric. This might not be good for.
Yeah, I mean, this could be GG right here. Apollo looking to.
Well, let's give him some positive energy to make this actually happen.
What's going on here, Greg?
Raj.
I'm not really sure what's going. Oh dear.
Do not struggle against what is inevitable. All who stand in the way of our divine destiny will be swept away by the march of history. You will bow before us, or you will cease to exist.
There's 2 invasions to fend off. Remember, you can always check out future episodes of BattleCast Primetime the last Friday of every month on www.commandandconquer.com and also on iTunes. Don't forget to BattleCast your next match for a shot to be featured here on BattleCast Primetime. For Greg Black, Raj Joshi right on cue, I'm David Silverman, and we'll see you on the battlefield. Thanks a lot, guys. It's been awesome out here in London.